Good morning. Good morning to you. It's Charrisse Smith, just posting another video, and it is quarter to, or 20 minutes, so yeah, like quarter to 11 here in New York, and I just wanted to post another video in regards to financial managing your money is where I'm starting tomorrow, online workshop. And I just wanted to encourage those who are on the road to good credit and on the road to managing the money. Okay. I just wanted to just say that wherever you are and whatever you're facing, to continue to move forward and take it one step at a time. No matter where you are, even if it's not financial and if it's something else that's going on in your life. I'm going through my own, challenges and trials and tribulations. So I just wanted to encourage you to take it one step at a time and to keep moving forward. Don't ever get stuck in one place and think that there is no hope and that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and that, you have a purpose, you have a way to get through. I just also wanted to share certain things that I've gone through financially that took some time, and just to also let you know that things take time. Things will not change overnight. Things will. It's going to take steps of you making towards your goal, towards the things that you are looking to do, and to stick with it. And even when you fall off, get back on again and start all over again and keep going. Don't fall off, and just because you've fallen off, you just give up and just say, well, that didn't work. Well, it didn't work that time. Get on again, get back on again, and go forward. I just wanted to share a little bit of my testimony in regards to where I've come with my finances. I've messed up my credit 4 times in my whole entire life. I remember when I first received my first credit card was through my father encouraging me to get credit. Now, meanwhile, he did not have any credit. Again, in my last video that I posted, I spoke about how my parents did not know how to manage money. And they did the best they can. I can't say I had a bad childhood. We had struggles, and we experienced a lot of things that the family went through because of lack of money, lack of management of money. But they did the best that they could, and I appreciate them. I appreciate my childhood. I appreciate them because they've taught me so much in regards to just the values of life, And I have to say that although I struggled a lot in regards to finances, they still instilled a lot of values, good values in me. So I don't look at them as bad parents or anything like that. They tried to do the best that they could because where they came from, they didn't have good managing skills as well. So they only passed down what they were able to and what they knew. And then I had picked up those patterns as well. Actually, I created some new patterns that they had never even tapped into, where I had gone into into repossessions of cars and so many things that they did not experience financially that I did, but the pattern and the mindset that I had of money was because of what I had learned from them and what I had learned from people around me that were not good at managing their money. So I remember when I was like maybe 16 years old, my father had encouraged me to open a savings account. Now, meanwhile, he didn't have a savings account. He didn't even have a checking account. Okay, they were just living paycheck to paycheck. And I went down to one of the banks, and I would think I was like maybe 16 or 17 years old. Of course, I was still living at home. I was working and going to school. And I think, no, maybe it was 17 or 18 because I was out of high school at the time. And I was going to college at the time, or going to, I was going to college at the time. So I had went to the bank, and he said to open a savings account, and I began to save money and put it into the savings account. So if you could remember, back in those days, they had the passbooks where they stamped the passbooks for savings, where when you deposited the money, they stamped your book, and you would see how much money the balance was. And I remember, I was getting so excited to see how much the money was accumulating, and he was like, "Don't touch it." And I was like, "Okay." I was getting excited just by seeing that. And he told me to save up to like $2,000, and I did. And he then said, "Okay, now you're going to go to the bank and you're going to ask for a personal loan." And I said, "Okay." And I did exactly what he said. I went to the bank and I asked for a personal loan. And in that time, what they did, they saw that I had $2,000 in their savings account. So they put that money up for collateral, and they locked that money up in a CD account. Now, at that time, CD accounts were like, oh man, the interest rate on CD accounts before a year was like maybe 18%, 13%. It was like double digits. And I mean, to hear those percentages now was like, whoa, we're not seeing that at all. But back in those days, it was in the 80s. And I was, for that year, I think I was making like at least 10 or 12% or 13%, something like that. And they locked the money up, and they gave me the $2,000 personal loan, and they gave me a little booklet. And the booklet, you tore out the coupons and you would send to the bank to make the payment, or you go to the bank and you would make the payment, the monthly payments. And that's what I did. I made my payments. I made them on time. He told me to keep the payments on time, go every month, don't miss any payments. And I did exactly what he said. And like maybe, today, at that time I did not know, but that's a secured loan or secured account where they put collateral up for you to get credit or you to get loans. And because I was paying on time, they sent me so many credit cards. I remember, oh man, at the age of 17, 18, like today I was under 18, I remember, because I just was like just really irresponsible with it. But I mean, credit cards were coming in from the left and right. Okay, I remember receiving a learner's card. I remember receiving a J.C. Penney's card. I remember receiving Joyce Leslie card. And who remembers Strawberry, the Strawberry card? Oh my God, Strawberry card. For you to have a Strawberry card at the age of 16, 17, and 18 back in those days were like crazy. So you had like the baddest outfit, and you had the baddest shoes, the baddest belt, and everything. It was like, ooh, woo, right? But one of the things that my father did not teach me was how to be disciplined with the credit, how to maintain the credit. And I know he was getting that information from someone where he was working with, because that's the type of person that he was. He would speak and talk with different types of people from different levels. He would conversate and he would learn and he would get information. And he would bring it back to us and teach us. But I remember when he gave that information, he did not give when he gave the information for me to get the credit, he did not give me the information on how to be disciplined with credit, how to manage credit, how to work credit. And I don't even know if they knew as much information that we have today back then, okay? But the person who he received that information from did not tell him like, okay, so now when you get this credit, you have to keep it at a certain point. You got to pay on time. You have to use it wisely. okay? And I messed that up. I messed that up by getting all these credit cards, and I had the nicest wardrobe. Forget about it. I had the jeans, I had the belts, I had the pocketbooks, the shoes, I had the outfits. But when that bill came bouncing in by the end of the month, it was a different story. And I could not keep up with that. And I had that mindset of like, oh, well, so what, right? And as life went on, my credit got worse and worse and worse. So as I got older, I remember I was working at a mortgage company, and a manager had came to me, and she was like, listen, I was in a bind. I got myself in a bind of something, and I remember I had took out a loan from the company to pay off some of these debts. And she came to me, she was like, do you know how to do this? I was like, no, I don't know how to do this. What do I do? And she said, let me show you what to do, because I was just going to pay them flat out. And she taught me how to get on the phone and negotiate them down, settle down the debts, and to pay these things off with the money that I received from the job. And she got on the phone and she negotiated for me. And I sat there and I watched her do this. So it taught me also how to negotiate. It taught me that you could actually do something like this. And I paid certain things off. Certain things were removed. And I paid those debts off. I cleaned it. But you know what I did? I turned right back around, and because I did not deal with the habits of me spending and me creating debt, unwise debt, okay? And because no one taught me how, or I just was untrained and undisciplined in how to use credit, how to use money, I was right back in that position again, like maybe a year and a half later. And I went through that same cycle over and over and over again, okay? And it wasn't until I had gathered information from all those years, if you watch my previous videos, all those years of me gathering all that information, of analyzing credit, of looking at the pattern and the usage of people who had money. Because when I was dealing with mortgages, we were dealing with people who had A-line credit. Mostly they were A-line creditors. So they had money where they would spend like maybe $16,000 in one night. I remember I was analyzing this person's credit, and he had a bachelor's party for a friend of his, and they took a helicopter ride, and they did all this kind of stuff. And he had this huge payment on his credit, or this huge balance, this huge transaction in one night. And I had to question that. I had to ask him, like, what happened? What is that? And he was like, oh, we had a bachelor's party for my buddy, and, we did this, we did that. We went to a hotel, and we took a helicopter ride, and we did this. And I'm just like, whoa. And I think he spent like maybe $16,000 to like $20,000 that night. But you know what? He paid it off in big increments. I watched his credit as he paid it off in big increments, and he was able to get that down. Now, because of his income and his money flow, he was able to do that, okay? But the same effect of his scores were the same as a person who was to do that at a lower level or a lower balance, and it still affects you the same. Okay, his score went up, his availability of credit went up as well because of his usage, the way he used his credit, but he had the income to do that. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is that no matter what level you're at in regards to your income or your money flow, you're still able to establish credit. You're still able to establish good managerial skills. It's just now at a lower level of you spending within your limit and spending within your means. Now, what I've learned in that, I started to apply that in my own life, and I also started to apply other things that I'm going to speak about later on in the class tomorrow, and also the classes to come in the future. But I just wanted to let you know that some people think that they have to have like a large amount of income in order for them to establish good managerial skills, or good managerial skills in regards to finances, money, credit, and you don't. It's just a principle of discipline and the principle of knowing where you are and working within those boundaries. So once I applied those things in my life and in my finances, it took years, because like I said, I messed it up 4 times. I messed up my credit 4 times. And it was a pattern of me falling off, getting back on, and falling off and getting back on, and also just really zoning in on like what were the issues in regards to why was I spending, how was I spending, where were the, like I said in the last video, where were the leaks, where were the holes that I needed to plug up, not only in finances but also emotionally, also mentally. Okay, so those were things that I've learned to do within myself. I also use during the counseling sessions to help others as well. So I just wanted to let you know that it took a matter of like maybe 5 years for me to get out of the hole, the complete hole of me going through the cycle of my finances, just going into this whirlwind of on peaks of going up and going down and going up and going down. You know, I would hit a mark and then I would fall off, and I would hit a mark and I would fall off. So now I have not fallen off. I'm still in that game of keeping and maintaining that steady, flow where I'm managing my credit, I'm managing my finances, my credit score is still at a steady pace. And there are times that I still mess up now, as far as like, oh, I forgot to do so and so, I forgot to do that. And I just keep it steady, keep it going. If you make a mistake, just hop back on and keep going, and don't fall off. If you fall off, get back on again, wake up, shake yourself. Okay, you did that. It's okay. You move forward, go forward. Okay. So I just wanted to let you hear that story, and just let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that you're not going to be in this place forever, in this spot forever. It's only temporary, but it's also based on you, on what you do, what you invest in yourself. What do you do to invoke those changes within yourself? Because credit is not bad. Finances are not bad. But our habits and our patterns are bad. We're the ones who control it. And if you don't know how to control it, you don't know where to start to control it, that's when you have to take steps in regards to how to control it. What are the issues? What is the core problem to get you to that place where you are now, making steps towards your goals, where, you're coming out of that hole, and not only coming out of the hole, staying out of the hole, right? Okay, so I just wanted to leave you with that, and have a great day. It's raining over here, but I'm still going to have a great day anyway, right? And I'm going to create my own sunshine. I had to put lights up. I put a new plant behind me. I like my plant. You like my plant? I like my plant. And shout out to my sister. She teaches me about plants. And that's it. Okay, so you guys have a great day. And again, tomorrow night from 7 to 9, the Road to Good Credit is introducing our first online workshop, how to manage money. Okay, and it's only $25. And if you go on to Charrisse Smith with an S at the end on my Facebook page, you will be able to register with a fee of $25, and you will have a chance to ask questions. We're going to have discussions in regards to how to manage your money, and what are the loopholes in your life? What are the loopholes? What are the things that are pulling you back? What are the things that are, helping you to fall off and you get back on, and things like that? You can ask any question, and we can go through that, okay? So you guys have a great day. Be blessed, and prayerfully I will see you tomorrow night, okay? Or talk to you tomorrow night. It will be a live video, okay? Bye.